A recent inventory by the Winona County Historical Society turned up some nearly forgotten medical instruments and equipment. Assistant Director Jennifer Weaver says those items will now make up a new exhibit which opens Monday at the Winona County History Center.
With the inventory project that we have going on, we've discovered, and sort of already knew, but really know now, that we have an amazing collection of very interesting and odd medical devices that were early versions of some very common things that we have today, but their older counterparts are quite interesting. So we definitely wanted to bring them out and show them to the public. And a lot of them have ties to early Winona General Hospital and early doctors in Winona County. So lots of great stories that they can share. So we want to bring them out for the public to experience.
Many of these devices were cutting edge in the late 19th century, and this exhibit shows just how far the medical field has advanced.
There's a vaporizer that helped with anesthesia during surgery in the early days, and now anesthesia is pretty common, but this early machine is quite the crazy contraption. It kind of looks like some crazy medical chemistry set kit with all its glass bottles and tubes and things. Another interesting piece that actually is coming in on loan from a Winona doctor is an early EKG machine. And it actually uses kind of a photography process. And there's a little string that hangs through a light box. And so the electrical currents from the person's body are transferred to that string and makes it vibrate, and the light coming through then reflects onto some photographic paper. And so that little heartbeat line is actually a photograph of that string moving. So kind of an odd early version of that. And then, there's all sorts of different tools and things for setting bones that are a little scary looking. So lots of interesting things to come and look at. Also included in the exhibit are some interesting remedies. Early medicine before the discovery of germs and bacteria. And some Winona doctors did have some hand in discovering that and some research done on that, so that's interesting. But we have some cure-alls. A lot of people know the Watkins liniment and other interesting remedies, which were mostly alcohol, kind of a cure-all, for all sorts of ailments. And so those early medicines, quote unquote, are interesting to look at as well, and then see the development of the discovery of bacteria and germs and what actually causes some of those ailments, and then finding different medications and treatments for things based on what they know caused them, instead of just basically with alcohol masking the symptoms. So it's an interesting story, and there are some Winonans that did have a hand in that. And the exhibit will have some of those early doctors and their contributions to the medical field. And so the exhibit's really going to be based off of those items, and get some guessing games about what some items are, and then flip the chart open to see what that item was actually used for and a little history of it. So it should be fun for all ages. These medical instruments are really interesting, and you walk up to one in a case and go, oh my gosh, what is that? That's crazy. And then when you find out what it actually was used for, it's kind of, oh, okay, well that makes sense. But, the development of these devices and, little machines that we take for granted today, to see what they were in their earliest form is really kind of out there and kind of crazy looking, but really advanced for the time. So a lot of these instruments are from the late 1800s into the early 1900s, and are quite the contraptions.
While the exhibit does open on Monday, there will be a free opening reception on Tuesday.
The exhibit will be opening officially on Monday, on the 30th, but we will be hosting a special opening reception on Tuesday, the 31st, from 5 to 7. The exhibit and the reception is all sponsored by Winona Health, so we're very thankful to them.
More information on the exhibit is available at winonahistory.org.